Hello everyone, it is freaking Tuesday, and today I want to show you a little art project I recently finished. This art project was to destroy a book, methodically. To be fair, this was already there, because this was my textbook for AP Euro, and I did not like AP Euro, and I definitely did not like this textbook. So at the end of the project, we were told to modify the cover, and that was my very uncreative addition, but I got a chuckle out of my teacher, so that's what matters. Here's the table of contents that I made. So these are the prompts, and these are the page numbers I did them on. Notice these two are switched because I'm silly. Alrighty, let's get started and just show. So for each one, I'm going to say the prompt and tell you what media I used, because the goal of the project was to use multimedia as much as possible. And just, I tried to make them metaphorically relevant, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, here is Under the Full Moon. I quite like this one. Also, I didn't do them in the order that they come in the book, so this isn't the first one I did. But anyway, this is acrylic paint, and this is like some charcoal over some acrylic paint, and this is Sharpie. So that's fun. I did want to bring focus to the moon, so I framed it. I used framing, wow, and that's the focal point. Wow, how artistic. Next one. Here is Double Take. This one, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have many ideas. Oh yeah, this is acrylic paint and Sharpie. So here I just started with the normal, like a more normal color scheme, and here I tried to switch it up. And that's really it. I was very uncreative. Here, this is one of my favorites. This is Made Me Laugh. And you might be like, why is this Made Me Laugh? I am not laughing. But the reason is because this comes from, or I painted it over the page about Galileo, this man, and it described Galileo as feisty Galileo. I had to write it back in because I accidentally covered it with the black paint when I didn't mean to. But I like it better this way anyway. So this is acrylic paint for the black and the yellow, and then just a charcoal pencil for the white. Alrighty, next. This is The Universe. And this one, so it's chalk, and this is tracing paper that I glued on top. I started with just doing the chalk directly onto the paper, but it wasn't really sticking very well. So I glued this and it went much better. And then I was considering trimming this extra paper off, but then I decided not to, because, you know, the universe is expanding, so this is like expanding off the page, right? And also I like how the chalk, because like if I touch it, it's gonna like rub in and stuff, like you can see on my finger. So that means every time I close and open it, it's gonna look slightly different, and that represents the changing nature of our universe. Wow, how creative. And also I did it over the page about enlightenment. I was like, that seems relevant. I'm not sure why. Okay. And next up on the agenda, we have Weave. So this one, I actually, I took 2 pages and I wove them together. And then I was like, let's draw a weave too. So this one's an actual weave, but this one's a drawn weave. And then I was like, but this is way too bold and this kind of gets lost. So then I added some color here to bring it back. That's about it. I just did it on a random page as well. Most of them I did on a random page. Okay, this one I did not do on a random page. This is, I Believe, the prompt. Right, so this is Sharpie and paper that I watercolored on and glued in shapes. And I tried to block out good words. So this is like words that have to do with like decline of religious practice, and these are words that are like just religious practice. So this is like the hopeful side, and this is like the non-hopeful side. And I don't know what I was doing. This was the second page that I did. Alrighty. And this is my favorite page coming up next. This is Abundance. So first, I took white acrylic paint, and if you see those little stripes, I did that to sort of, not completely get rid of the words behind it, but bring a little less attention to it so that the shapes actually stand out. And then I used marker and colored pencil and crayon and Sharpie, obviously. I used a lot of Sharpie in this book. And I just kept adding, because that's what abundance is. Alrighty, and then the last one, but ironically the first one that I actually did, is current events. I knew so like I knew that the last page in the book was about like the modern world, so I was like, that's probably a good place to start for current event. And then I was like, this is a current event, sort of. And then this, this was appropriate, the picture that they had. So that's all I really have to say. And then it's just acrylic paint. And then I traced over these words because I accidentally like sharpied them a little, or acrylic over them a little. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm really tired. But yes, that was the book. I hope you enjoyed me destroying my AP Euro book. Yeah, I should show it to John Merriman. I should like email him. Anyway, Lacey, I'll see you tomorrow.